49ers Brock Purdy will apparently be traded to the Cleveland Browns for Myles Garrett, and Aaron Rodgers will be the 49ers quarterback next season. At least this is what this analyst thinks. He has a show, and he's with Mark Schlereth. I do like Mark Schlereth quite a bit. But he goes on this long rant about how he believes Brock is a franchise quarterback, but it's time to get rid of him and to bring in Aaron Rodgers to be the starting quarterback of the 49ers. Just take a listen to what he has to say and listen to his argument. And I have some thoughts on the other side. Take a listen right here.
Aaron Rodgers will be the starting quarterback next year of the San Francisco 49ers. He almost went to San Francisco a couple years ago before the New York Jets swooped right in and obviously got that deal done, and we all know how it worked out. It didn't work out very well. Brock Purdy is now eligible for the big contract. There was some debate among some people, how much money do you give Brock Purdy? Can he command $50, $60 million on the open market? Maybe. He's a franchise quarterback. But I've got this entire thing worked out, and if you allow me, I'm going to give it to
please. I can't.
All right.
I can't wait because I know they love Brock Purdy in San Francisco.
Brock Purdy.
I cannot wait to see how you get Aaron Rodgers there.
By the way, I love Brock Purdy.
Right.
But you got to make some tough business decisions. If you're Kyle Shanahan, you're getting close to the end of the rope there in San Francisco, okay? So Aaron Rodgers goes to San Francisco, where he grew up, where he loves being, right? Yep. Has a house out there in California. He's now the starting quarterback for San Francisco. Give me a couple years out of him based on what I saw him do for the New York Jets this past year. Brock Purdy gets traded to the Cleveland Browns for Myles Garrett. Oh, now we're starting to perk up just a little bit, aren't we? And that affords Cleveland the opportunity to then trade the number 2 pick overall for a bevy of picks to fill out other holes they have on their roster. Young stud quarterback, all good, around the horn. Aaron Rodgers goes to San Francisco.
So you think you're going to get rid of a quarterback who you think is a franchise quarterback who's just entering. He's not even in the prime of his career yet.
He's entering it.
Who's the 10-year or 12-year solution for your franchise at that position. And you're going to get rid of him for a stopgap guy in Aaron Rodgers who's fleeting. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine a world where you would do that.
Yeah, well, the world is this. You sometimes have to remember that we're talking about people. Right, we're not talking about robots. If you're John Lynch, the general manager, if you're Kyle Shanahan, the clock is ticking. You've gotten to the Super Bowl. You have not won the Super Bowl. How many years do you think you get with all the talent they've brought there without winning a Super Bowl? So you get a little desperate, and you say to yourselves, bless you.
Thank you. I'm allergic to this idea.
It's okay.
Yeah. In that case.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't it enough I got Danny out of here? Now you guys are getting sick. You have a small window of opportunity to actually get this done. You have an aging roster. You bring in Aaron Rodgers, you have a chance now to win the Super Bowl. Makes sense.
So,
go ahead.
Basically what you're insinuating is they don't have a chance to get there with Brock Purdy.
No, I'm saying I don't think San Francisco wants to give Brock Purdy 5 years, $300 million.
Okay, so
now,
the trade.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not happening. America, that's not happening.
Why not?
That's not happening.
You don't think Cleveland makes that trade?
So the San Francisco 49ers watched all that tape that we all saw and said, we need that guy.
We need Myles Garrett.
We need Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
If we get Aaron Rodgers, that'll do it.
Yeah, I think there's some thought to that in the Bay Area. I could do you one better. Maybe not for Myles Garrett. Maybe you try to get that 2nd pick overall from Cleveland and you give him Deebo Samuel and Brock Purdy. And you start dealing with the 2nd pick, and then maybe San Francisco drafts Cam Ward to be the backup to Aaron Rodgers to learn how to play football. San Francisco is on the table for Aaron Rodgers, 100%.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening. I just don't think. You look at Aaron Rodgers right now. You look at what he's done the last couple of years and what he was last year, and I don't think. What do they always say? The juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Yeah, well, look, everyone
I
thinks Aaron Rodgers might go to Pittsburgh. Well, why would you go to Pittsburgh? They don't have any wide receivers.
Yeah,
they don't run the ball well.
I'm with you there.
Okay.
You have to have a supporting cast that's intriguing for Aaron Rodgers. But also, like, you have to be intrigued by what you see,
Fair enough.
if you're a franchise. And I don't think, if we're just looking from Aaron Rodgers' perspective, let's just look from there for a second. He wants to win another championship. So you can eliminate anybody who you believe doesn't have a chance.
So take 20 teams that are all obvious, throw them in the garbage.
And so that leaves Pittsburgh Steelers are a team that you would say, okay, maybe, but you just eliminated them. I would eliminate them because they don't have the supporting cast.
Right.
San Francisco, they do. I believe they want their quarterback. He's young. We don't know how much he'll be willing to take. That is to be determined. And then what other teams would then say, I agree. I would like dibs at Aaron Rodgers, and they have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl.
Well, look, I love Brock Purdy, but of all the teams that we would all agree right now today are mortal locks to be playoff eligible next year, San Francisco is the only one where you're not sure how they feel about their quarterback long term for the money that a star quarterback's going to get. So, and that's what it is with Brock Purdy.
Yeah, that's
now
fair.
it's just about money.
Right.
Right?
But he has one more year, so you can actually use that franchise tag to your benefit if he's not willing to sign a long-term deal.
Right.
I still look at Aaron Rodgers. There comes a point where you talk about, well, Aaron Rodgers is going to have to, he's going to have these wants, right? He's going to have these things that he wants. But ultimately, as a franchise, you know this, when the issues that player bring overwhelm you or are larger than the issues that they solve, then there comes a time when you're like, I'm not sure that I want to have that headache, right? And so does Aaron Rodgers, does he cover enough warts at this point in his career to put up with, he's going to question you. I don't want to do it that way. I've got these plays in the red zone I like. I like to run it this way.
But San Francisco is a competent organization. The Jets aren't.
All right. I'm going to try to say this in the most respectful way. I'm really not trying to like tear into this guy or anything like this, but just listening to how he's speaking, he sounds drunk. Like his voice, his words seem like slurred, and then the logic behind it, this feels like a conversation that you would have with some drunk dude in the bar. Like, oh yeah, you guys should trade Brock Purdy to Cleveland Browns for Myles Garrett, and then you get Aaron Rodgers to be your starting quarterback at 41 years old. Now, I can almost guarantee that these are producers that put these topics together, probably told him to say this, so that this can happen. So there can be a reaction and he can get clipped and we can do these videos. So I take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if I necessarily even believe that he believes this. We know how these debate shows work. They kind of just pick one side of the fence and then they debate each side. So honestly, the take is so outlandish that I don't even think that I believe that he believes what he's saying. I think that it's just part of the job. They said, this is what we're going to talk about today. We need to generate some traction here. We need to get some eyes on the show. So I was talking to this guy in the bar. He was super drunk, and he said this. Maybe you should run with it. That's kind of what it feels like. Oh, man. And this is why, like, if you want to create content, you have all the platforms available to do it. Just do it. Anyone can do it. Look at this guy. Look at what he's talking about on a, I don't know if this is I think it's a national show. You can do it. If he can do it, you can do it. You're just talking to a microphone. Just see, podcasting equipment isn't that expensive. Just talking to the mic, and you can do what these guys do. Oh, good stuff. And that's needed that laugh tonight. But hey, you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.